I recently discovered these new kaiju and Godzilla buildings that are just absolutely perfect. Different designs, they light up, and they're like really cheap. So let's open them up, check them out, and of course do some toy photography. So if you're a Godzilla fan, this might be something you're gonna want to pay attention to because the Godzilla accessories that are in this box, I think are something that most people have never seen before. This brand of accessories, I don't think many people have heard of before. So this is gonna be very exciting, and I feel like I might be one of the first people to put it out there for the world to see, which, like I said, is very exciting. So this is a box from CosmicYuups Creation. So CosmicYuups Creation reached out to me and said, hey, I've got some new Godzilla accessories that I'm sculpting and 3D printing and selling myself. What, do you have any? Hello? Do you think I could send you a box and you could do a video? And I was like, yes, I could always use more buildings. People are always asking me, where do you get the buildings? And these are really cool because there's a lot of different things that he's doing, like different colors and hollow buildings so you can light them up. And that's just so exciting to me. So I definitely am gonna just open this up. Venom, you are just standing in one spot, dude. You're just gonna stand right there. But I wanna open this up and see what the heck is in here. I'm assuming it's a bunch of buildings. But of course, I'm gonna have the link to CosmicYuups Creations in the video description below. And CosmicYuups is offering an exclusive discount code for anyone watching this video. 30% off your entire order. That's like crazy. 30%, that's like the best discount code I've ever heard. So go to the link in the description, buy some buildings, use that 30% off code. Buildings are so important for all Godzilla collectors. I have a feeling you won't regret it. I'm very excited for these buildings. Let's open this up. So one of the things that CosmicYuups actually asked me is, what are some other things I should design for my store? And my suggestions were maybe some Godzilla-sized bridges, some cars, vehicles. I thought that would be actually kind of amazing to have. I don't have anything like that. So if you have any ideas for things that you would want to see on his store that would be interesting to you, put them in the comments below. I'm sure he would probably really appreciate that. And it could be good for everybody, getting some new, Godzilla stuff, right? Makes sense to me. Okay, wow. This is a lot of buildings of all shapes and sizes and colors. This is crazy. Like, I'm blown away with how many, and they're huge. Like, these are so big. These are gonna be so incredibly handy for me. And I've also noticed too, like, these are made with like a nice softer kind of plastic, so they give a little bit, which always makes me feel better with 3D printed stuff, because I always feel like I'm gonna break it. And like, listen to that. That's like that's so nice. I think every single one of these is a different size figure, I think. Okay, so no, these three are all the same. We got black, white, and gray of this tall figure, or building, whatever. We've got this massive tower thing. This is awesome. And then this is a slightly shorter gray one with a darker gray. Then these two towers are both different. Wow, there's so much variety. Okay, these two are almost the same, basically. And then this is a double building right here. That's cool. And then this is like a wide, like, school kind of thing. There's so many things. This is way more than I was expecting. Holy crap, I'm so excited. And then look at this. These are lights that it comes with. And each one of these looks like it's got a perfect little hole in the bottom, so you can light them up. That's why they're hollow. How incredible is that? Wow, that's so amazing. I'm so happy right now. Here, let's put Godzilla right here. Look at him go. How fantastic does this look? Just look at that. That looks so good. Great job with these. Wow. Opening up to see how these lights work, to see if, I don't know, I want to see them with these buildings. I'm very excited. Do you have little remotes on the back too that they can be used for? Like, this is so cool. No one else is doing something with lights and hollowed out buildings, as far as I know. So that's really, really cool. So this whole thing is one. So when you twist it, it turns on, and it's pretty bright. That's a pretty strong thing. So if you hit W on the remote, now it's white, yellow is like a warm, and then, red, green, blue. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. As far as I'm concerned, I'm probably gonna leave it with like some yellow and some white. These lights do have destructions in them, and they say exactly what to do, as well as what batteries you'll need if they run out. But all of these already have the batteries in them, so that is awesome. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Looks pretty good, right? Like, that is kind of beautiful, actually. They light up so well. Venom, you want to come over and be a giant kaiju? Yeah, I think it looks great. Actually, one of them couldn't fit the lights. It was a little bit too small, but there was only 11 lights, so it fit kind of perfectly. And I'm very happy. I put Godzilla in there. That is just so cool. And the lights itself are like lighting up Godzilla too. It's really, really great. And as far as the remote is concerned, you can kind of control them all. You just gotta sometimes push the button a couple times. There might be a couple of outliers, but surprisingly, it'll control them all. And it came with 2 remotes, but honestly, it works perfect for me. But yellow and white are gonna be the ones for me. I love that. Yes. As we've already established, here is how it looks with a Hiya Toys Godzilla. Looks very nice. And we've got a Super 7 Godzilla -1. Looks great with him. Looks really great. Wow. This is a Ling Jahun Gypsy Danger from Pacific Rim. Absolutely perfect. Wow. It looks so good. And of course, this is an SH Monster Arts. Godzilla, really love this figure. So yeah, I think you can safely assume he fits pretty well with just about everything you've got. I think we've got, you know, the perfect scale right here for a cat. If you wanted to have a giant cat Jew attack the town, or just really nicely, kind of politely lay down inside of it, you can do that too. Venom, good job. I'm proud of you for this one. You laid down in the perfect spot. I'm proud of you, buddy. Okay, and the last thing to compare it to is with a Hiya Ghidorah. And boy, does he look good. Does that look amazing or what? Does that not look amazing? Wow, this is just my kitchen counter. How freaking cool does this look right now? So incredibly awesome. Wow. Wow, buy these things. buy these buildings. How freaking cool does this look? Wow. Okay, well, the only thing left to do is to do some toy photography, and I want to utilize these buildings in the best possible way I can. And I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet. I have so many options. So let's go set something up and take the photo. Let's go. Okay, here we are. We're outside. There's my backyard. It's my little cement kind of area that I do shots on sometimes, and I like doing them here at night because I can still get, you know, all the pavement I want for a city kind of scene. And if it's dark outside, then I get a dark background, and it works for Godzilla city kind of stuff. It works pretty well. And so right now I've got myself a little setup here. I did add some extra lighting in here, you know, for Godzilla, and for some extra lights on the buildings too, just to kind of help compensate for the fast shutter speed that I've got going on. And it's actually looking kind of good. This is what it looks like in camera. Looks pretty good. There's a little bit of bokeh in the background still from the leaves of the trees, but I wonder if that kind of looks like stars or not. Let's pretend that looks like stars. Yeah, that's what we're doing. So I kind of just meticulously placed them, and specifically placed my lighting right on Godzilla, so he's got some good rim lighting, all of that. I also have this here. I'm probably gonna hold this above him just to get some more rim lighting on him and his head and that kind of thing. But the only other thing is I'm going to blow up something. This firework right here. I'm gonna light this off in the background and get a cool firework. It's just gonna be a cool hero Godzilla shot. You know, what more could you want than that? If you're interested in more firework kinds of photos and how to do them, all of that stuff, I have very specific tutorials on how to do that. So I'll have that linked in the description. So I won't go into great detail on how to do fireworks. I've got all the information I could possibly know in those other videos. So I'll put that down in the description if you're interested. But other than that, I'm just going to light the firework with one hand and then hold down the trigger with my remote and then just kind of spray and pray and just hope for the best with the photo. My settings are 250 for the shutter speed. I would usually want it to be a lot faster, but I didn't want it to be too fast because it'll darken up a lot of the lights I've got going on inside of the buildings. You know, I wanted that to look pretty good still. My f-stop's at 2.5. I like it low. That's as low as this 40mm lens goes anyway. And then my ISO is at 400 as always, and this is a perfect example of why I keep it at 400. If it goes any higher on a low light shot like this, when I've got really strong outside light coming in, right, all it does is create really strong visual noise and it looks bad. So that's really why I keep that 400 if you're ever really wondering. At least it's in my experience. So let's go and take this shot.
quick post-photo breakdown of Goji in the city, screaming up into the air. This is the final product. It looks okay, and I'm not super crazy happy with it. I think just because sometimes when I'm shooting at low light, like I've gotten better at doing that kind of thing when it's just like one figure, boom, looking cool. But then I'm like adding buildings and stuff. I feel like I'm still learning. It does look pretty good. It looks all right in the end. This is the original photo I used, as well as this one. I ended up using this as my main canvas, and I took the lighting here, basically from the top of Godzilla, and I added it to the top of him here. And that, for the most part, you know, gave him a little bit more lighting on the top there. See, which I think is a big difference because you lose so much of his so iconic silhouette on the top there, and you need that. I added a little bit of my own kind of rim lighting here, just a little bit of white trim around here, just to kind of make him stand out a little bit more. I already had a natural kind of lens flare right here from just the explosion itself, which was pretty cool. And I felt like it made all of this other lighting on him feel very natural. I actually ended up adding a little bit more lens flare kind of stuff over here. The fireworks still came out all right, but still in the end, in my opinion, I'm like, man, there's too much going on, kind of. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I'm very, very curious. But like I said, if you want to know more information about fireworks and how to do it and how to edit, all of that stuff, I'll have all of these videos linked in the video description below. Yeah, that's it. I guess just roll the end of the video. Having all of these buildings that light up and fit perfectly with the Godzilla figures just elevate my Godzilla collection, and it makes me very excited. So make sure to check out CosmicYuups. Head to the link in the description. Use the Sirdork 30 code for 30% off. Like, what is there to lose on this one? But if you did enjoy the video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. This photo, of course, will be posted up onto Instagram and TikTok, Facebook, all of that stuff. And if you want to follow my work on any of those platforms, it's all linked in the video description below, just like everything else. And thank you again for watching, getting this far into the video, and I really hope I see you in the next one.